told me you were a kindergarten artist. Ah, put you back down, you're so heavy.
New did you want to bring to Texas Chainsaw that maybe we haven't seen before?
Well, for me, the challenge was to make it fresh, to bring it into 2013, where it didn't feel like an old horror movie. And I think that's a lot of fun. And we've used modern technology. We've used the kids are hipper, newer. It's not tired.
What's it about Texas Chainsaw that appealed to you so much that made you want to tell this story and be a part of a project like this?
Well, I had never done horror.
Well, I'm not really sure if we asked for it, but it's here. Thanks to the whopping box office success of the 2013 film, if you want to call it that, we're getting another prequel movie titled Leatherface. Now imagine how long it took them to come up with that one. But seriously, I'm just not going to start off being negative on this film. It's got a lot of good things going for it, a lot of things different than the 2013 film. But the point of this video is not to point out what's all wrong with the 2013 film, despite all the flaws and the timeline screw up and everything like that. This is to highlight what's different with this new entry going forward. This time around, we actually got a group of good directors, people that have directed horror movies before. They'll be able to know what works and, well, what doesn't work. Also, so far, they've been able to steer clear of all the cliches that production companies like to use, like, oh, this one's for the fans. And then when you realize, quotation marks, it's not really for the fans, and you question them on it, they pull the crap like, oh, we have to adjust it for our brand new audience. But then they realize that it doesn't really bring in any new audience at all. And the good thing about these directors are they have a really good track record. They've directed things like 2007's Inside, which is a really awesome film about a pregnant lady being stalked around her house. Really good. This is definitely the biggest factor why I have so much hope for this new film. Have you ever heard of the reference, "There's too many cooks in the kitchen"? Well, that's what happened in 2013. There were four writers for the 2013 film. And how they all missed the timeline screw up, I'm not really sure. Personally, I think that 4 different people had 4 different ideas, and they all had completed screenplays, and possibly somebody from the production company got paid to copy and paste all of them together, making one script. Either way, the only reason I'm going on about this is because we only have one writer this time. And you could take that as good or bad or whatever the hell you want to, but the most important thing is that maybe there will be some consistency around storylines and whatnot this time. And while we're on the topic, I'm not like 100% crazy or in love with the new storyline about Leatherface being like yay big and escaping from a mental hospital and everything like that, but at least I can say it's different. It's different than what we have gotten in the past. Now, this also leads me into one of my favorite things they're also doing with this new film is they're dating it back, obviously, in like the 50s, the 60s, giving it that retro feel. I think this is one of the things that kind of didn't work for the last 2013 film is all the iPhone shenanigans, like in the FaceTiming in Leatherface's dungeon or whatever. It just kind of took me out of the mood when I was watching the movie. And if you think about the original Tobe Hooper film, that's what kind of made it great, was these kids were stuck in like no man's land in Texas, and none of them, obviously phones didn't exist or anything, so they were trying to get help, but they literally had no way to. This will also break it free of a lot of the traps that the newer horror films have to fall into to recreate this type of suspense of not being able to get help when you need it. Like the whole, oh, your phone's out of service, or oh, the battery died, or oh, your phone broke. It's just too old. Either way, I'm just super excited to see what this new movie has to offer. It's obviously different than the last film and all the other films that have come before it. Let me know what you think, but I'm really interested to see what this is.